What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We are reacting to the season finale of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Whose show is this? If you want to see the uncut reaction, go to patreon.com/heroesreforged. We have every single episode uncut. You can follow along with us. Also, check out all the other things that we've been watching: Werewolf by Night, Andor, everything that is going on right now, except for maybe House of the Dragon. Sorry, we'll get to it eventually. My bad. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, we are like 4,000 subscribers away from 100,000. So
get on it. Get
check
on
if the
it.
button's red. If it's red, make it gray. Let's get to 100K.
100K. We are at 95,619 subscribers right now. Hit that sub button, y'all. Hit it.
You want to be in that I was in the first 100K subscribers on YouTube club. You know what I'm saying? You want that pin. You want to be in that club. And also,
Oh shit,
it's
we
a
should
party
make a pin,
over.
actually.
We should make a pin. I was one of the first 100,000 subscribers on Heroes Reforged. I need from each of you guys one final insane out of left field prediction for this season finale, because like anything's on the table, dude. This She-Hulk show has been so surprising. Are we gonna see Matt Murdock again?
Dude, I'm gonna go for a big old swing. Madison is gonna be a villain.
She will be the Ghost Rider.
That line. Yep.
Augustine, what's yours? What's your out of left?
I've seen this in comments, and I like the idea that there's gonna be like a therapy team that gets together and helps her out of whatever jam she's in. Like Abomination, El Aguila is gonna show up. We're gonna see
Porcupine.
Manbull, yeah, Porcupine, Stinky Porcupine. We're gonna see all of them in like some weird Walmart version of like Avengers shots. Just weird, off the wall, like bootleg version of the Avengers. So
I know we've been talking about this, and it's been announced that Tim Blake Nelson's coming back as Samuel Stearns. I'm gonna go one step further. I'm gonna say Liv Tyler's gonna be in this episode.
Jesus.
I'm gonna say right out of nowhere that they're gonna bring back Betty Ross, and she's gonna be.
I gotta assume you also think that Mark Ruffalo is gonna be back again. You should, right?
Yeah,
maybe,
I think so.
Maybe.
I mean, I think so, but that's also like there's so many questions about that. Dude was in a spaceship.
The episode is whose show is this though? That's the name of the episode.
Jen's show. Right? It's Jennifer Walker's show.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
I think he's gonna own it. Yeah, let's
get
go.
into it.
Why are we talking? Let's just go.
I don't know.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Jennifer Walters, Esquire.
Oh damn, we're doing this. Oh hell yeah.
Searching for a way to balance her career and her personal life.
This is amazing.
Blood alters her body chemistry. And now,
oh, my dad's gonna love this.
Yes. 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 Oh my god.
Oh my god, that looks so good.
the creature is driven by rage
Amazing.
and pursued by online trolls.
You're stupid.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
God, this is brilliant.
I thought they made this just for the trailer. That's so cool that it's actually this.
And now she is seen only for the raging spirit that dwells within.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Savage
That's awesome.
There was also just like a great full circle moment with that, because the character She-Hulk was created in the comics because Stan Lee wanted to have the comics do the female version of Hulk before a TV show spinoff were ever to do
That's right. I remember you mentioning that.
We left multiple messages. I managed to sound very calm considering I was calling the freaking Hulk himself.
No.
I love Pug and I miss Pug.
They baited you and you took the bait. I was angry, which is how anyone would respond in that situation.
But you're not just anyone. You are an out-of-control Hulk.
That's true. That's true.
We have an offer for a plea deal. The DA won't pursue any charges related to the incident.
What are the terms?
No hulking out.
No hulking. Yeah. Ooh, the power suppressing band.
Oh no. But oh man, no, I don't want this for Jen. It felt like she was really kind of finally sort of embracing the other aspect of who she is. She-Hulk.
Oh, sweetheart.
Oh, dude.
It's all right. People go to prison every day.
Does that character see you later, litigator?
So I will continue to work here because they paid me nicely.
Don't worry about me, you guys. Thanks for the help.
You know, I hope that she takes
Dang.
the lesson from meeting Matt and opens her own law firm.
Terms of the deal permanently bar Jennifer Walters from transforming into her She-Hulk.
A neighbor who wished to remain anonymous said they are uncomfortable.
Well, I want her to stay in LA. I'm selfish.
Way outside my house?
This is just like Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep.
And if no one ever wants to hire you again, you can always move back here with us.
But my gym stuff is in your room. You should join me. Workout buddies. Oh, this will be
Oh
fun.
man.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Her apartment, dude.
That's a
This
killer
sucks, dude.
apartment.
By the way, I
man.
don't know where this
This
apartment
sucks.
is because I
In
want to
LA?
live in it. It's nice.
Yeah.
Bro,
Need to find
bro, that's a
Dude, that's a get.
get.
There you go.
Nice.
I don't care if there is a drought. I got water pressured for days.
And there is a drought right now in California.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is brutal. She's okay. Moving back in with the parents.
Yep.
This is humiliating.
Got nowhere to go. She's got nowhere to go.
Yo, they live in South Pass? What is that?
I think they might live in South Pass.
We know that Hulk King is the admin on Intelligentsia, but the site security is annoyingly airtight.
And it is owned by several shell companies that are operating outside of U.S. jurisdiction.
It's got to be Stearns.
Outside of jurisdiction.
I'm going to sue them for defamation and invasion of privacy and get them charged with unauthorized access to a protected computer.
Ugh, boring. All right, if you want to be on Jen Walters about it.
You might get a kick out of this video that Jen and her friends made in Los
Mom,
Angeles.
no.
My mission, I'd like to see this.
No. Out.
Oh.
As soon as I get justice for everything that's happened, and I can't do that if you're hovering.
Okay.
Don't get snooty.
I am suing both of you for emotional distress.
Jen.
That's correct. We work together at the district attorney's office.
Oh, this.
Oh, this guy.
Let me tell you, she was psycho way before she got those superpowers.
I love how he shows up and we're all like,
Huh?
I blame her grandmother. Jesus.
It's She-Hulk, Mom. Or was, but never again. Which I know is what I said I wanted, but this doesn't feel right.
It's not right, Jen.
It's not what you want, Jen.
This isn't even a reluctant superhero story. I'm just getting screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you guys want?
No.
No, Jen. Don't look at me and say that.
No, we're not doing a narrator. We're not that off the rails.
That's really funny.
Smug Hulk. Oh. New rock stars has just broken down all of those names.
That's
all those names.
oh, interesting.
Dang.
Oh, right, because he's got like no service up there. Automatically, I'm like, well, those two characters are showing up at some
It's a
point.
mental health break.
Nah.
I'd
love it if it just went to credits.
There's a part of me, and I know that the internet has been talking about this, that Blonsky might be involved with the Intelligentsia. But now I'm kind of like, I hope he's a good guy.
In college.
Oh.
Forgive me, Jen, for this transgression.
She uploaded that video to Intelligentsia.
Yeah, but Nikki's got a reason for it. Nikki's got a reason for it.
Oh, hey there, Hulk King.
See? She's getting in with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I a genius? Hell yeah, I'll be there.
Oh. Pug. We need Pug. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
no.
I'll set you up with a guest room. Okay. And a hug.
Okay.
And a hug.
Deep haikus. Oh my god. What is that cover? What is that cover?
All right, I need you to go in there and mingle, okay? Find out everything you can about these dweebs. Don't worry, I'm gonna be on the phone with you the entire time.
Yo, we get a Pug episode? All right, I'm in.
Yeah, I love it.
Blend in with these trolls, okay? And remember to always refer to women as females.
God.
You're coming
Wait,
in
isn't
real
this
choppy.
Don't pretend like you can't hear me.
Okay, never mind. It looked like it was at Blonsky's thing.
And Lady Thor, guys, she just sucks, okay? And I might just say that because she's a female, I would have the exact same criticisms if she was a man.
They wrote this 3 years ago. No joke.
Females, am I right?
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
This guy, Mother Pugger, you called him.
Of course you're one of us. Yo, come here, man.
I think he might be Hulk King, or I don't know,
Yeah, I
maybe
think
not.
This guy is Hulk King.
This guy rules, all right? You heard it from me first. He rules, and he's hot.
What?
Is She-Hulk better than the Hulk? No. Is she as strong as him? Is she as smart as him?
Are you sure that this isn't Blonsky's compound?
I don't think it's Blonsky's compound.
She got everything through nepotism.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, he's got that giant thing in his ear. And nobody's like,
how did you get involved with this group here?
Dude, I created Intelligentsia.
Knew it.
I'm Hulk King.
Of course he's Hulk King.
Think I can't improv?
Nope. He's too nice.
We're real action.
I think it might be Blonsky's compound. That might be.
It looks like it.
Remember, Hulk King is rich. He could have
that's
paid
true.
for Blonsky.
Could have like rented out a
Saracen got me into this puer tea, but you gotta watch him when he makes it because he likes to slip in chicken blood.
Actually, I think I'd rather just talk to Emil about this. Do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's down in the lodge. Some private event down there.
Yep.
Oh, it is the compound.
As soon as I saw the wood walls, I'm like, this looks like the same place they had their therapy session.
Give it up for the Abomination!
Dude, he has been in on it. No.
Where the hell did he find clothes?
I hear your group has all been making amazing progress. Every single person seizing their goal. Am I right?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Did he just get hired to speak, or does he know what this?
Unsatisfied with your place in
I
the
don't know
world.
if he. I don't know if he's fully.
Yeah, remains to be seen. Remains to be seen.
Oh no.
Emil?
Jennifer.
Oh no.
Sorry that you're upset.
Was there a real apology in there somewhere that I missed?
Oh no.
What are you doing here? We need to get out of here.
These guys are intelligentsia. Todd created the site. He's Hulk King.
Oh, she's gonna.
Oh shit! It's about to go down.
She's gonna lose it.
Well, I hired him to seduce you and steal your blood.
What are you talking about? Steal my blood?
My team also synthesized your blood. Safely give me all the powers you never should have been given in the
Whoa, we're about to get a new Hulk. We're about to get a new Hulk.
This is not gonna work, right? We're not actually doing this.
Sorry, Jay.
Why is it?
Oh no.
No. Oh no.
He might die. Yeah, because the banner blood is what helps them synthesize. Oh no.
Possibly be where this season was going.
Oh, that's not good.
That looks horrible. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What?
Oh.
Come on, Titania too? This isn't messy enough?
Let's go. Messy, bring it on. Okay.
Okay, Emil did not know
looks
what
like
he was
Sylvester
talking
Stallone.
about. Okay.
I know.
Yes! Hell yeah!
Yes.
None of these storylines make any sense.
Am I dreaming? Okay, really quick before
Hey,
no,
what do you
I gotta do
think
sponsor
you're
ad. Okay, just wait 1 second. Before we get into the Kevin AI stuff, this is a sponsored segment. Please don't skip this. It's from our friends Geology. They've sponsored us before. They help us pay for our editors. They help me buy more Blu-rays. It is what it is, but please don't skip this. We'll be right back with Kevin AI stuff. I promise. Thank you. I love you. Geology is a 9-time award-winning men's skincare company recognized in Men's Health, Esquire, and Ask Men Grooming Awards. Geology creates a simple and effective skincare routine customized just for you. The product set is great for both individuals new to skincare and seasoned skincare experts. Their skincare is built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Geology skincare helps you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, and my favorite, combat dark or puffy under eyes. Guys, I spend so many late nights editing, and the only way to combat those puffy under eyes is using geology. So how does it all work? Take a 30-second diagnostic quiz, and within a few clicks, tell them about your skin and goals, and their team of dermatologists will design a regimen just for you that is shipped directly to your door. It's that simple. So head to geology.com and take the free skincare quiz to save 70% off on your 30-day trial, or just click the link below. That's Geology, GEOLOGIE.com, or click the link below to save up to 70% off on your 30-day trial. And even better, join their new Geology Galaxy community for more daily tips, giveaways, and more at discord.gg/geology. Thanks to Geology for sponsoring today's video. Okay, you sat through it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, let me get back in a position and we can get back into the reaction. Okay? Cool. Where's Kevin Feige?
This menu is not gonna stop me.
This is amazing.
Real quick.
Oh
I
my
hope he calls
god.
Kevin Feige right now.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. That'll do.
What the F? What are we seeing?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so back when we were working on the first Thor movie.
If Kevin Feige shows up in the show right now, holy
my
shit,
god,
this is
they're
the
on
Disney
Disney
lot.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit. We were literally just there watching. Well, I was just there watching Avatar. That's hilarious.
Dude, I cannot
Oh,
tell
this
you
is
how much I love this.
crazy.
What the hell, you guys? What kind of stupid finale is this? Bad guy steals my blood in order to give himself superpowers. Where did you come up with that original idea?
There's Cody Ziegler.
Certain things that are supposed to happen in a superhero story.
See, they whiteboard everything like we do.
Why don't we just do things our own way?
This is the story that Kevin wants.
Okay,
Kevin?
then I want to talk to Kevin.
Oh, of course.
Why was Kevin in all caps?
No
And
one talks to Kevin.
Kevin's value is
it's gonna be like an AI.
okay.
He'll never even get close.
That would be
to him.
hilarious.
I would murder you to protect Kevin.
I'm going to go talk to Kevin now.
It's gonna be some like algorithm-based
Yeah, it's
thing.
gonna be like
that would be
Jarvis.
hilarious if it was.
Great. Let me just have you sign our non-disclosure agreement and then have a seat.
This is insane.
Why'd you make me sign if you were just going to do that?
Everyone has to sign the NDA.
Regardless.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
She-Hulk used to argue with writer John Byrne and the editors of Marvel Comics in the comic book pages, and this is what this version of that is today.
That's awesome.
Oh,
this is Kevin.
That's amazing.
Look at that! Look at the hat!
Jennifer. I will answer your questions, but you must first transform back to Jennifer. You are very expensive.
You are very
Until
expensive. Yeah.
the camera is off you. The visual effects team has moved on to another project.
Are the visual effects artists gonna be pissed about this, or they're gonna think it's funny?
I think it's hilarious.
I possess the most advanced entertainment algorithm in the world.
This was also
and it
an episode of
produces
South Park.
near-perfect
Remember
products.
when Cartman decides he's gonna do Adam Sandler movies?
You do not get to choose.
Why not? It's my show.
Incorrect. It's KEVIN's show.
Illegal comedy.
If that's what you prefer to call it.
It's often said that Marvel movies all end the same way.
Wait,
Wow.
who's saying that?
Perhaps.
Wait, who's saying that?
Well, can we not do Todd gets Hulk powers? Like, the powers aren't the villain. He is. Would not mind seeing Daredevil again. A woman has needs.
Historically, we've been light in that department.
We got Tony Stark. Daddy issues.
Jen.
Daddy
Thor.
issues.
Daddy issues.
Daddy issues.
Loki. Same daddy, same issues.
Oh boy.
Star-Lord, 2 daddies, 2 issues. When are we getting the X-Men?
I cannot tell you that.
I cannot tell you.
I smash fourth walls and bad endings. And sometimes Matt Murdock.
Okay, now get back to the show.
Fuck, you guys. I love this character.
Should I transform back, or what's the most budget-friendly way to do this?
Oh my God.
I'll see you in court, babe.
Look, I didn't mean to.
Oh shit. Yes.
Jen, I'm here to help.
Hey, Daredevil. And I'm happy to see you.
Gen smash.
It's the comic price I pay for my actions.
Well, maybe you can
He's
read some
gonna be-
haikus about it.
All right, he's gonna be in Thunderbolts.
Can't wait to read them.
100%.
He's gonna be in Thunderbolts. Yeah, they're gonna take years off the sentence.
Now, Matt, Jen tells me you have your own practice?
Yeah.
Let's go. Pair them together.
Matt, I'm going to tell you right now, every conversation is going in that direction, so buckle up.
Are they a thing?
Why not stay?
They're just visiting.
Well, why not help with the hamburger?
No, Jesus Lord. Everyone thirsting for Daredevil. Everybody wants to stir something up in Hell's Kitchen, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're gonna introduce
I have someone
Yeah,
here that
his
I'd
son,
like you all
Scar.
to meet.
his son.
This is my son, Scar.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Oh shit, they did it.
Superpowered woman known
Holy
as the cousin
shit.
of the Hulk has been cleared of her previous conviction. Oh, She-Hulk.
Dude, I think you called it. I think they're going to build to some huge Hulk event.
Yes.
The message we're sending is that if you attack, harm, or harass innocent people, I'm coming for you.
There you go.
I'm going to get your ass.
Now tell our viewers, who are you wearing to court today?
Okay.
Okay.
Difficult diva of law herself.
Wow. Wow.
Dude.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yo.
They just broke.
Dude, this ending
every rule.
did so much.
Oh my god. This ending broke every single rule and then rewrote the rules all over again.
Literally.
She-Hulk, baby.
Yeah, and we did a pretty good job predicting stuff in this show. I said Kevin Feige. I wasn't expecting an algorithm computer until she was in there, but it totally works.
Let's make some other predictions. I think there's going to be a mid-credit scene. I think it's going to be some sort of setup for Samuel Stearns, because dude's going to show up in Captain America. I think there's going to be some, like, maybe Todd Phelps is going to get reached out to by Stearns. Something. Yes.
Oh, there's one.
Take your time.
Emil, my apologies for the delay.
Yeah. You got sucked into another show, didn't you?
Good Lord.
Oh.
It's
shared fridge.
We're kind of all one with everything.
What about Wi-Fi?
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Beyonce. No, what was the password? I don't remember. Wait.
Beyonce, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
No,
that's it.
The password was
That's
not
all we got.
Beyonce. That was.
What do you think?
That
What do you
was
think the
what
setup
Juan
is?
was listening to.
What do you think the setup is for
that's
that?
right.
I mean,
No idea.
honestly, maybe Blonsky will show up in Doctor Strange 3. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh.
It just means Blonsky's in the wild. He can appear now in any other upcoming thing. But guys, we have to unpack that. We have to talk about how fucking great that finale was. It's so funny.
Wait, so you interviewed Jessica Gao?
I did.
And
I did.
What kind of insight
Yeah.
did she give you?
If any.
Here's the thing about Jessica. She's the creator of this show, the showrunner of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, head writer, and basically she was kind of confirming all of the things that we had been learning through the various press interviews and stuff that she's been doing now. She's been working on this show for 3 years, and now that it's finally out, is she immediately going to jump into a season 2? Has a season 2 been announced? No and no. She's kind of like, I'm ready to take a break from Marvel for a little bit, for a while, maybe.
Years is a lot of
go from
someone's
there.
life.
And but she was the person who first brought up She-Hulk in a pitch for some other project, you know, and even when she went in to pitch on a Black Widow movie, she pitched Black Widow teaming up with She-Hulk, and they were like, it sounds like you're pitching a She-Hulk movie and Black Widow's in it. So she was, and they told her, you know, you're the first person to even mention She-Hulk, because she was the person. She's like, I just wanted her to be in the MCU because she knew like what she could bring to the franchise. So she also learned the day that we all did when they announced that Marvel Studios was doing TV shows on Disney Plus, first of all. And then that same announcement, Kevin Feige was like, She-Hulk is going to be a show. She had told them beforehand, she goes, if you guys ever do a She-Hulk thing and you don't reach out to me, I'm going to burn this mother down. That's what she was jokingly saying. So when she learned that a She-Hulk show was happening, she was telling me, she goes, I just assumed that like they had some other writer, and it was like, all right, I missed my opportunity. Like, I guess I'm gonna have to burn this mother down. But then a few days later, they called her, hey, do you want to come in and talk about She-Hulk? And she had like played, you know, oh yeah, I heard you guys were doing a show or whatever. Like, so to me, she was the perfect person to do this because she understands at a fundamental level what Jennifer Walters is as a character, what she brings to the Marvel Comics world, what flavor, what vibe, what tone, what she can afford, what kind of stories you can afford to tell with Jennifer Walters, especially compared to all of the other male superhero characters in the Marvel world. So she got it from the beginning. And it's like, you know, she was saying in interviews, we're trying to make her personal life as interesting or more interesting than the superhero stuff. We want audiences to understand, like, it is stressful and frustrating to try to date when you're in your 30s in LA and you're a woman, and this is the kind of bullshit she has to deal with. And as we've been watching the show for the past 9 weeks, I'm like, I think they nailed that. We were stressed about her life. We love Jennifer. We, you know, so that was my take
for her. And I think
that was my takeaway.
To get to that point, like, yes, they did an amazing job of writing all of this. And also, I mean, it's kind of, you were pointing out, Hector, that they wrote this 3 years ago. They knew exactly what their direction was, when not only with like the blowback from fans, but also what the MCU kind of needs at this point. And I did not expect this kind of treatment from this show, because it's 100% self-aware of where they have been and where they are going. And it gives me 100% confidence that the next 10 years of the MCU are going to be just as or better than the first 10 that we got just from this show, just because Jennifer Walters is here to kind of lay things out for the people who are calling the MCU a shit show at this point. And they're just like, yeah, dudes, we know we are laying this out. Y'all are still being babies about it, but we got this. It's going to be dope. And by the end of this, y'all are going to be crying because you're so happy because you. Oh.
And I think I love that it completely tears the fourth wall down.
Oh, absolutely.
And just really goes for, because I know in the beginning I was kind of hoping for that or predicting that, or I threw it out there, and I felt, because I know, Hector, you were saying like the fourth wall breaks, that like that's part of the mythology, and that's part of the DNA of the character, and did it before Deadpool. So I'm like, okay, if you're going to do that, if you're going to include the fourth wall breaking, up to this point we had seen it in 2 Deadpool movies, and Deadpool was not afraid to kind of go beyond, like, just mentioning that, which Xavier are you? Are you Stewart, or are you what's his name, McAvoy? I always get the timelines confused. In some ways, it doesn't pressure, but it kind of sets an expectation that if you're gonna go, like, lean into it. And I think there is nowhere higher to go than to literally walk into the writer's room of this show and ask for Kevin Feige to rewrite the ending.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that was like, I think it's a very bold choice. I think it's very fun. I love that they did it. It's great.
You know what's great about that too is that it's not just doing it to do it. It's not just as like a meta flex. It's Jennifer explaining, like, what people say that all of these end the same way,
right?
And they always have to have these kinds of stakes. And she's like, but I want my story to go this way. This is important to me personally. And it's recontextualizing it as like, this is a woman character. This is a female superhero character. This is a woman who you don't often get this kind of perspective with in this kind of story. And for her to shift the focus back on herself, honestly, I feel bad that I was having such a good time when it was dumb and chaotic in that lodge where Titania came in and Bruce Banner showed up and Todd Hulk was hulking out. I was like, yeah, this is dumb. Let's do this. when she starts explaining, she goes, my male cousin has to come and save me from I was like, yeah, I was excited to see him, and I feel bad because this is Jennifer's story.
Yeah.
And it was from the beginning, and it's almost like her fighting with the creators of the show and the writers of the show. It's almost like she's fighting with the genre itself, and she's having to grab the whole thing and be like, fuck this, this is what the focus is. This is what's important to me. And it's also going to be important and significant to audiences because she's making it so personal. I mean, what a way to endear a character.
Yeah,
like she's like more real to me than most MCU characters because of that. So
look, we've been having these conversations, and it's a conversation that exists on every social media platform that's out there. People don't like when expectations are subverted sometimes in these movies and shows. They kind of want it to happen the way that they experience it in their head. I know we'll probably get into it when we talk about Halloween this week, but I think all of these movies, especially these movies that are part of these intellectual properties, part of these franchises, the MCU is not that old. Like something like Halloween and Star Wars are much older, but Marvel is so established and it's made so many movies that it is now kind of a part of that thing where, you know, the formula or the expectation, it's a lot of what we're also experiencing with Andor, where it's like, we're 6 episodes in and the big action piece just happened and and people are like, it's slow. And it's this, and I literally responded to a tweet today and I'm like, I feel like our brains have been programmed to not just live, sit, breathe in the same world the characters are living and experiencing in. Like, at a certain point when you're watching all this stuff, you have to be willing to just sit there and not be like, when's the action scene coming? You have to really just like let yourself be absorbed by the world and live it the way the characters are living, because they're living it in real time. So if you're just going into it constantly expecting, you know, it's like what they talk about in Hollywood all the time when people go pitch stuff and they're like, every 10 pages got to have an action sequence. Every 10 pages, something's got to happen. You got to scare the audience if it's a horror movie. You gotta make them excited if it's an action movie. And I think like you have to be willing to break that mold sometimes. And it doesn't have to be with every Marvel project. Like I think Wakanda Forever has a very specific thing that it's trying to do, a very specific goal. Secret Wars, you know, all the Avengers movies always have very specific goals. But I think for some of these shows and movies that are very character based, you should be okay with kind of breaking the norm and doing something that's a little bit different. You can't just train your audience to just expect the same thing over and over. It's like the Matrix Code we talk about. It's like blah, 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 the writing's on the wall. It's all the same shit. And audiences have to be open to just experiencing new things. Like I think if every MCU thing for the rest of time is the exact same thing, then that is boring and I don't want it. And they still do it. Like they're still guilty of doing it sometimes. So I like this idea of hopefully going forward that they're going to be more willing to embrace like, well, let's just not do it exactly how we did it, you know, 10 years ago. And I think that's also just them talking about also these phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can't just do phase 1, 2, 3 over and over and over and over and over again.
Bingo.
You got to make 4 through 6 different. 7 through 9 have to be different. 10 through 12 have to be different. So I think it's speaking to this show, but it's also having a bigger conversation about just, and I don't think that they're going as far, well, maybe they are, to address the entire genre, but for sure Marvel itself. And I think that's a valid conversation to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they're kind of teaching the audience too. It's like, revere what happened in the past. Don't hold it sacred, because we're about to wreck all that shit. We're going in a new direction. We are not, like you're saying, Adam, we're not going to repeat what we've done in the past. So I don't think we're going to get another Thanos event, but I do think we are going to get, like we've talked about this forever. We've talked about them being like mini events that happen, like mini arcs that cover maybe 3 movies. I'm guessing it's going to start with Kang, because Kang is a formidable enemy, right? And
in Ant-Man 3, right?
Yeah, in Ant-Man 3, right? And Kang can do some stuff. But then this is leaning more towards, now we have Hulk's son in here. So now we're leaning more towards like a World War Hulk situation. Is that going to happen at the same time that Kang is happening? Probably not. So that, to me, that's showing that they're doing like mini arcs of like mega events that happen. But yeah, Adam, just to kind of go off what you're saying, like the phases have to change. And with this episode specifically, and with Jen specifically, they're saying we are going and we picked our direction. You can follow us if you want, and we're gonna go. And if you don't like it, oh well. and the people who do like it are gonna have a good old time because this shit was so fun. Like so much fun. And I like that all of this stuff is being presented in this new format as well, like this television format that is not the giant MCU spectacle that we're used to. All right, Hector, sorry, go.
Dude, I was just gonna say, man, kudos to Marvel Studios for like letting this episode make fun of Marvel Studios that much. Like that was hysterical. It was a script and humor that was made for people like us who are so tapped into this stuff that every single punchline was just like, oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Oh, I can't believe they did that.
I can't tell you that.
You know,
I love the look.
But it's also kind of sarcastic. It's you know, it's Jennifer Walters being like, I don't give a shit about the
into the shit that we talk about all the time of all the people, and like, God bless everyone who makes content. We're included in this. Who makes content about all this shit? But it's literally looking at us and going, you're like, we know, we know.
Bros. Definitely.
It's another great reminder of like, hey man, that stuff is not what's important. What's important is character. What's important is, you know, are you connected to any of these characters and their journeys? And Jennifer Walters as a character, She-Hulk in this show, is a rousing success of a character that holy shit, am I fully invested. Put her in anything, put her in movies, give her a second season, give her a third season, give her, you know, whatever, you know, put her in Fantastic Four at some point, put her on the Avengers, of course. And Tatiana is just so funny and so endearing. And, you know, you root for her so much. You know, back to what you were saying a minute ago, Adam, about like how we're conditioned to look at superhero stuff a certain way. The reviews have been kind of coming out from Black Adam, not to compare with Marvel and DC, but this big movie's coming out with Dwayne Johnson. And a lot of the people are just kind of tweeting. They're like, it's nonstop action. The action's great. Action this, action that. And maybe I'm getting older. Maybe I'm just in this She-Hulk and Andor and, you know, or like a Peacemaker to go to something from DC that I really enjoyed, or Watchmen on HBO a few years ago. But maybe I'm in this headspace where I'm like, that thing doesn't excite me anymore. Oh, the action in Black Adam is really good. I'm like, sure, but am I going to care about the character? I hope so. I've heard good things about the movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it and see how it turns out. But just that notion of like, the action is sick. I'm like, it doesn't matter to me anymore.
Right.
You know,
and I think to your point, I think the really interesting thing about that, and I've been seeing this all day because they've been having the premiere, is when you listen to The Rock talk about that, his whole thing is, we listen to the fans. Wherever the fans tell us to go, we go in that direction. I'm like, I get that. That's good. But like, what fans are you listening to? What are you taking from that? How are you also making it interesting and different? Because if you just listen to the fans, I'm sorry, you're just going to get the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And on top of that, it doesn't help that right now Warner Brothers from the outside looking in looks like an absolute trash fire. Sorry.
It really does.
And that's nothing against DC or the characters. It's not their fault. It's the people running the company.
Absolutely.
I want them to listen to fans and uncancel Batgirl. That's who I want them to listen to. Is, you know,
they're not going to listen to that though. I think that's really important that everybody knows, everybody who's consumed media and likes movies and is a film enthusiast knows that story above all, and loving your characters is really the end all be all of why you want to tell a story. Like nothing matters unless you care about these characters, obviously. And it always reminds me of the very first Darth Vader Obi-Wan fight in Star Wars. Like their sword fighting, you can tell is just a guy who can't move in the Darth Vader suit and an older gentleman who doesn't really know sword fighting. But that fight means something because of the stakes that are happening at that moment. Like everything that's happening around them, everything that's happening with the characters, with Luke and Leia and Han and Obi-Wan and Vader at that point means something, and there's a stake for it. So it matters, right? Even though it's not super nonstop action, you feel and you want the good guys to win. And I think ultimately at the end of the day, action's great. I watch movies for action. You know, the Fast and Furious movies started off as pure action movies, and then they morphed into whatever they are at this point. But like, you care about the characters, and I think it was absolutely brilliant to come into a show like She-Hulk and say, you are going to love Jen as much or more than She-Hulk. And that's exactly what they did.
Yes.
It's
Agreed.
beautiful.
Agreed.
I know we've talked about the Nolan movies, and sometimes we talked about like maybe Nolan's Batman movies did more harm than good. One thing that I will definitely give him credit for, and this is not saying anything negative about the previous versions, one thing that I think Nolan did really, really well, and I think they took from this when they made the MCU, was he made Bruce Wayne's story as interesting as Batman's.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And in previous iterations, I feel like sometimes when you were with Bruce Wayne, you were like, I kind of just want to get to the Batman shit.
Oh, absolutely.
With Nolan's Batman, I feel like it was a good balance of like Bruce's story is interesting because he's going through stuff, and Batman's story is interesting when he goes through stuff. So I think, I think to your point, it is important for both alter egos to be as equally sort of revered and for them to both have interesting stories. And I think that's why people latched on to Tony Stark so much. I mean, they were one and the same, obviously, but when he wasn't in the suit, you were still super, super invested in that. And
Absolutely.
I think that is so
100%.
important when you make these movies, because if you see Jen Walters and you're like, I'm bored, it's a lawyer, like what's interesting about that? Then you lose people. And I think as soon as you make that interesting and you make the character interesting, and for her, it is kind of advantageous that she can break the fourth wall because you can play with that in so many different ways.
Right.
Totally.
So, you know, we'll see, but it makes me excited. And, you know, I think also on the other end of the, maybe a little bit of devil's advocate, I also don't want people to think that we're saying it's bad to have movies like Black Adam that are just action, because we love, you guys were talking about Fast and the Furious. Those movies are dumb, but we love them because they're kind of self-aware and they lean into it. And for us,
and they have heart. And they have heart.
Exactly.
They have heart. Absolutely.
So I think you can still do that with movies like Black Adam and all that stuff where it has heart, it has action. Yes, they listen to the fans, but I also hope that more importantly, we want you to love Hawkman, Cyclone, Atom Smasher, Dr. Fate, Black Adam, if whoever else shows up in that movie. We want you to fall in love with the characters, and that should be the thing that drives the story and the universe forward, not just, you know, one movie. I think there's like it's always going to be a balancing act when it comes to all these movies. And I think because now the superhero genre is so big, obviously DC and Marvel are like the biggest ones, but it's going to be cool to see going forward how each of them do things differently. And hopefully, I hope that DC will have opportunity to build out a universe or just continue building movies and expanding and telling more stories where we can have that diversity between all the characters. So but otherwise, She-Hulk was great.
She-Hulk is my favorite Marvel Disney Plus series. It might be my favorite. Well, in phase 4, I think I might still have Spider-Man No Way Home as number 1. You know, it's tough to beat Toby and Andrew coming back.
Yeah, it's hard to top that.
Talk about having a project with heart, but She-Hulk is so close, and it's probably my favorite Disney Plus anything. You know, no shade to The Mandalorian and all the other great Star Wars stuff and all the other great, you know, Disney Plus original stuff, but She-Hulk just usurped Loki as my number 1. This is I am elated.
Hector, I love that you can make lists because I can't do that. Like for me, it's like ask me what my favorite Beatles song and it'll change like depending on what mood I'm in, basically. So I think for me it changes. Like I think there have been really wonderful projects like WandaVision, and then something really cool like Loki that brought in Owen Wilson on a jet ski. Like there's just been like really cool things that have been presented with this phase. And I think that every step along the way has its own special part of it. And I think if we look back, I think once we look back and this phase is completed as a whole, we'll see the blueprint and we'll say, oh, I get it. This is why everything was happening. And to go back to what you were saying, Adam, about listening to the fans, it's like, I get it, bro. But that is such a huge disservice to the people who have, like, imagine if Jessica Gao, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
Jessica Gao. Imagine if Jessica Gao was told that she could not write the story she wanted to write because the fans were upset.
Sure.
That's a huge disservice to everybody on the creative team because she's leading that creative team. And so I get it. There's a certain point where you do listen to the fans and we are the ones who are consuming the media. But sometimes like these writers are so brilliant and creative, and you just got to let them write and create and do what they're going to do, because the fans don't always know what's best. Like, and I can speak as a fan myself. I'm not a story writer. I'm not a screenwriter. I'm not a director. I'm not a cinematographer. I can do some VFX if you need some stuff. And like, that's kind of it. So I'm not one to tell you how to write a story if you have an idea. If you got hired to do something, it's not my place to tell you how to write it. It's your job to write it as a writer. I'm going to consume it. I'm going to consume it.
I'm glad you have that sort of perspective, because you go on Twitter and you see how random Twitter people talk to writers on shows. It's ridiculous, fucking disrespectful. I'm like, you have a direct line to someone who makes something that you love. Why would you not create a conversation to talk about story and character? Why do you go on there and trash talk them? I don't understand it one bit. It is the most mind-blowing fucking thing in the world.
It's absolutely crazy. And these people are acting like they're taking checks. They're taking checks from Disney. They're like, well, my story shouldn't do. No, bro, let the creators create, please. They've spent their whole lives working on this. There's some people like Jessica Gale's been working on the story for 3 years. There's people who have been working on this behind the scenes for so long, and people are just disregarding everything that's happened when they are presenting something really cool. And I love that She-Hulk came out directly and addressed these people who are talking mad shit and was just like, we're going to do this, but at the same time told a really, really cool story that got me to love Jen. Like I need to rewatch this show in one sit down, just in one go, to really absorb like everything that they did, because I'm sure once in the second rewatch, once you see all the strings, it's like you see everything that was put together and all the little hints of everything that was dropped. So this, show's good, man. This show's good. Well, we get the smart writing all the time in the future now for these projects.
This is crazy, guys, but we only have one more Phase 4 project left. Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Unless do you consider the end of Phase 4
holiday special
Black Panther, or just anything before the beginning of Phase 5, which I guess is going to be Ant-Man? This doesn't really matter. So like,
I mean, Werewolf by Night wasn't on the slate either, so like, whatever.
It's a one-off. It's a one-off, so probably not. I don't know. We'll see once we watch it.
Yeah. In any case, it's been a fun journey going through Phase 4. I think it's been a little up and down for me personally. Some of the stuff I've really enjoyed. Some of the stuff I'm like, nah, it's okay. There's some movies and shows that I'm like, if I don't see it again, I'm not going to be the most upset. But I want to see those characters' stories continue in other movies or their own shows and just improve.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I think that's going to be, just in its own way, going to be a very unique movie. But I'm sure will also propel the MCU forward into Phase 5, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, but this was a fun watch. I did enjoy the show quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to everything they dropped at the end there. And I can't wait to see where Jen ends up. New York, LA. Where's she gonna go? We'll see.
She's staying in LA. We've done New York to death, so let's destroy LA a little bit.
Great. But of course, let us know in the comments below what you thought about the finale of She-Hulk. What did you think of the entire season? What do you think is going to happen with the Hulk characters? Where's that going to go? Holy smokes. Is Augustin's prediction that there's going to be a massive Hulk, I don't even know, a movie, a show, just some kind of expansion of that entire storyline where we just blow the whole thing apart? It could be really fun. Let us know all your theories. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out the Uncuts on Patreon, and we'll see you in the next reaction. Bye.